Yes.
Okay, we're on the record in 3 cases. First case is cause number 313216. Second case is cause number 327534. Third case is cause number 32969. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Asa Joseph Thomas Jones. Mr. Jones, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Jones? That's good. Mr. Jones, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Alvin Samuel. Attorney Samuel, how you doing?
I'm great, Your Honor. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. You have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Jones' case?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. We have received partial discovery. This is our first sitting. We don't have any DVDs as of yet, but he's scheduled in the felony courts this morning. So we're asking that this case be reset so that I can complete discovery and visit with the attorney on this felony.
Okay, now, you say he's set in felony court?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you want this case set at the same time of your felony?
I'm not on his felony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not on his felony, but there is a felony attorney.
Okay, now what we normally do, if you like it set on the same day or different,
Yes, sir.
we can set
Same
it on
day.
the same day.
Yes.
Now, he has to go to the felony court first. Once your case get reset, then you're gonna come back down here with your reset date so that we can set it on that same date, okay?
Will I have to come back, Your Honor?
If he'll come back with the date, it's just gonna be reset.
Okay,
That'll be fine, but he needs to be here.
that's fine.
Because if you don't appear, your bond is subject to being forfeited. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, just have,
Okay.
you excuse.
But come
So,
back here.
Mr. Samuel, you're gonna be good with any day the felonies reset?
Yes, yes, except for my vacation week of July, the second week of July.
Okay,
Jonathan Davis. We on the record in 3 cases. First case is cause number 323-896. Second case is cause number 323-898. And the third case is cause number 323-900. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Jonathan Andrew Davis. Mr. Davis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Davis?
Well, how are you, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, you're represented by Attorney Samuel. Attorney Samuel, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Davis's case
Yes, sir.
or cases?
On this case, we have partial discovery. We don't have DVDs as of yet. We have been open access to the portal, but we don't have any DVDs at this point.
Okay, so how much time do you need?
If we can get a regular reset, normal reset, whatever your court says for the normal reset.
Okay, just hold on.
gonna be
Could you-
7/7.
It's gonna be reset to July 7th, 2021.
That's fine.
Once you get your reset, Mr. Davis, you'll be free to go. Just have a seat in the, just have a seat out here in one of the seats. We're on the record in cause number 326742, the state of Texas versus Kamala Denise LeBeau. How you doing, Ms. LeBeau? Okay. Is that your full name, Kamala Denise LeBeau?
Yes, sir.
Ms. LeBeau, you're represented by Attorney Samuel. Attorney Samuel, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. LeBeau's case?
Yes, Your Honor. We have an offer that we believe might be acceptable. I need to review this with Ms. LeBeau. So if we can have it set on the plea docket, give me 30 days on the plea docket, we'll be fine.
Okay, just hold on.
July 26th.
July 26th, okay. Ms. LeBeau, your case is set on the closed plea docket, July 26th. Ms. LeBeau, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too.
And I think this will conclude your cases. Mr. Samuel, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, sir.
We're on the record in cause number 323887. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Wesley Thomas Calais.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Or is it Calais?
Yes, sir. Calais.
Calais? All right. Mr. Calais is appearing via Zoom. How are you doing, Mr. Calais?
Mark.
You all right? Mr. Calais, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney
Your
James.
first one now. I think he thinks I'm on machine. So.
Ms. Smith, would you put your mic on mute?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Macon, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine today, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Calais' case?
I do, Your Honor. We've reached what I believe would be their last offer, and I believe that Mr. Calais is going to take it. So I'd ask that it just be set off for 30 days for a plea.
Plea docket? Okay,
Mhm.
just hold on a minute. Just get with the,
We'll get with them.
yeah, get with the court coordinator with your.
How long of a reset does he need on Calais, Judge?
30 days.
Okay, it's gonna be 7/7.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to July 7th, 2021. Now, Mr. Calais, your case is being reset for plea on July 7th of 2021. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman, and this will conclude your case. You'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank
We're on the record in cause number 326246. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Glenn M. Umholtz. We have Mr. Umholtz appearing via Zoom. Mr. Umholtz, how are you doing?
I'm well, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Umholtz, you're represented by Attorney James Macon. Attorney Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Umholtz's case?
Yes, Your Honor. We've received several offers that I believe would result in a plea. However, I need to get with Mr. Holmes on exactly what all those are, so I'd ask for just a little bit longer time.
Ms. Smith, could you give us a standard reset for what do you want, an announcement docket, plea docket? Or
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
7/7.
okay, it's gonna be reset to July 7th of 2021. Mr. Umholtz, your case is being reset to July 7th of 2021. You're stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. This will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
We're on the record in cause number 327748. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Alvin Allen Bullock III. We have Mr. Bullock appearing via Zoom. Mr. Bullock, how are you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Bullock, you're represented by James Macon. Mr. Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Bullock's case?
Yes, Your Honor. We need to set that on the trial docket at this time.
Reset it for trial? Okay, just hold on for your trial date.
It's gonna be a minute. Hang on. Judge, I need a minute. I'm trying to find an active court date.
Okay,
I can get it.
okay, Mr. Macon said he can get it later.
Okay,
All right, we're on the record in cause number 329.
Judge, give me 1 second, please. I need to catch up. I'm ready.
And we're on the record in two cases. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Gretchen Suzanne Butler. The first case is cause number 329-162. The second case is cause number 329-164. Ms. Gretchen is appearing, Ms. Butler rather is appearing via Zoom. Ms. Butler, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Butler, you're here represented by your attorney, James Macon. Mr. Macon, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms.
I do,
Butler
Your Honor.
cases?
At this time on Ms. Butler's case, we'd ask that it be placed over on the trial docket.
Trial docket. Does she have bond conditions? The cause number is 329162. Okay. So what about 329164? No? Okay. It's Leroy Creekmore. What a person's name or their I could get the copies later because she's not here.
I'll have her in this week, Governor, and give her a copy. of it.
Okay. We're back on the record in cause number 329162 and cause number 329164. Ms. Butler, I have before me standard bond conditions in County Court at Law number 2. And I will give a copy of these bond conditions to your attorney. However, I will go over these bond conditions with you. And it reads, following the arrest and or accusation of in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall not commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Ms. Butler, do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense. And the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Now, the alleged victim in cause number 329162 is Levi Creekmore. And the alleged victim in cause number 329164 is Ashley Curtis. Now, Ms. Butler, do you understand that condition or those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Butler, condition number 4 doesn't apply because that only applies in the DWI case. And Ms. Creekmore, excuse me, Ms. Butler, if you violate any terms and conditions of this bond condition, your bond is subject to being forfeited. And what that means is you can be arrested and put in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your attorney will be given a copy of these bond conditions. You'll be able to get them from him. And your
Okay.
case is being reset. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you need it reset for what? What's your announcement?
Announcement.
Is it, you gonna keep it on the announcement docket?
Yes,
Okay, we're gonna keep it on the announcement docket. And you want a standard reset?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I have it already in my office.
okay. The court coordinator already have your standard reset. You can go by and get your reset. Ms. Butler, this will conclude your cases. Please stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go. You have a blessed day. And
Thank
Ms.
you. You too.
Macon, I think this will conclude your cases
Is
as
that, Your
well.
Honor?
You can get your resets and we'll give you a copy of these bond conditions. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor.
Why is Bullock still over?
Okay, that's not a problem. Mr. Bullock, you are free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you much.
You had somebody else?
I brought Mr. Reynolds in because you wanted to do him Webster, page 3.
On page 3. We're on the record in 2 cases. First case is cause number 326032-1.
Oh,
Which one is his? That's
okay.
his.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his. That's-
And the case is styled the state of Texas versus Matthew Webster. Mr. Webster?
I just realized that the other thing, the other party has got. Mr.
Right.
Woodrow.
Your full name is Matthew Webster?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Webster?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Webster, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Nathan Reynolds, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Reynolds, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Reynolds, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Webster's case?
Yes, sir, Judge. I have received the discovery, but I need to go over this discovery with Mr. Wester. If I could ask the court for a reset and maybe 30 days for another announcement, and I'll visit with him on this.
Okay, just hold on for your date.
July 7th.
Okay, it's going to be reset to July 7th of 2021. Mr. Wester, you'll be given a copy of your reset in court. So you can, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Just have a seat.
Judge, if you'd ask him to contact me also.
Okay, your attorney said to contact him. Mr. Reynolds, your client said he called the number, I guess that we gave him on the paper,
Yes?
and he's been did anybody answer?
I've called like 5
He said he called about 5 times.
and my wife.
Okay, well, I
Maybe it's
apologize for that, but okay. Well, just ask him to call. I've got this stuff I need to go over with him.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Um, okay,
All my clients are present, Your Honor.
Toby Jones is here.
Toby Jones is here along with my other three clients.
Okay. You can go,
I'll be happy
get
to
it,
get
okay.
them. Please take it easy on me.
You say it's Toby Jones. You say you got Gloud is here,
They're all here.
Mark Rodriguez,
Rodriguez, correct? Rodriguez.
and Martinez. Gloud is he bringing Gloud in first? Katie Gloud?
Hey, come on up.
We're on the record in cause number 326010. The case is style of state of Texas versus Katie Ashton Gloud. Is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Ms. Gloud?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Gloud, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, how are you doing?
Doing great, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Gloud's case?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that this be placed on your plea docket. I've received all discovery on the case, and I shall sit down with Ms. Loud and go over all of this.
Okay, you want to stand a reset for plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just hold on a minute.
7:26.
It's going to be reset till July 26th of 2021. Be reset to July 26th of 2021. You can get your reset from our court coordinator. And once you get your reset from your attorney, Ms. Gloud, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You can just have a seat in order. Who?
Diego Rodriguez on your announcement document.
Okay. We're on the record in cause number 326366. Case is style of state of Texas versus Diego Angel Rodriguez. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Rodriguez?
Okay.
That's good. Mr. Rodriguez, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Rodriguez's
This will
case?
also go on your plea docket, Your Honor.
You want to
Now
reset this
received
plea as well?
The discovery along with the test results. I just need some opportunity to do it. for my client.
Okay, just, you stand the
Yes, sir.
reset? Okay. You can get your reset from our court coordinator. And once you get your reset, Mr. Rodriguez, from your attorney, you'll be free to go. Just have
It'll
a
be 7:26 as well.
7/26, it'll be reset July 26th.
Toby Jones and Daniel.
Okay, Daniel Martinez. We're on the record in cause number 328234. The state of style, the state of Texas versus Daniel Antonio Martinez. Is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Martinez? That's good. Mr. Martinez, you're represented by Attorney James Paget. Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make, Mr.
This will
Martinez?
go on your trial docket, Your Honor. We've received all discovery and we're not accepting the state's offer.
Okay, just hold on for trial date.
October the 11th.
October 11th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it's gonna be reset for trial on October 11th of 2021.
And then finally, I have Toby Jones on your announcement document. That's my last-
Toby Jones?
You should be right outside, Your Honor.
Toby Jones.
At least he told me he was here. I haven't seen him. He sent me a text.
Yes, sir. Okay, we on the record in cause number 314994. The case is style of state of Texas versus Toby Jones. Mr. Jones, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Jones?
Good.
That's good. Mr. Jones, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. James Fetch. Mr. Fetch, you have an announcement you'd like to make in
I do,
Mr.
Your
Jones'
Honor.
case?
We would ask that this be placed on your plea docket as well. I've
Plea docket?
received Video, I just need to give you the video of my client.
Okay, hold on for you.
No
Well,
problem.
Mr. Jones.
726.
726, okay. You'll be given a plea date. Just have a seat. Your attorney's gonna get your resets. Once he gets your reset, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Paget, you can get your reset.
Yes,
to the
Your Honor,
court.
I'll do that. And may I be excused?
Yes, you may, and you have a blessed day.
Mr. Macy's got one that's outside. He's very
Oh, okay,
disruptive.
okay. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we was on let me try to get through some of these. Also Vega here? Okay. We're on the record in cause number 327848. The case is style of state of Texas versus Joshua Sosa Vega. Is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Sosa Vega? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Sosa Vega. You were here represented by your attorney, Mr. Charles Rojas. Mr. Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor.
That's good. Mr. Rojas, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Sosa Vega's case?
We do, Your Honor. We requested pre-trial diversion. I think we just did that yesterday. We're waiting for a response.
Okay, I think the next sign-up date is August.
August is the next signing date. I don't know, we'll make that date, but it is the next.
Okay, but we'll reset it in August, the second week of August.
Okay.
Okay, pre-trial diversion. You can get your
Do
reset.
August 18th.
Okay, it's gonna be August the 18th. You can get your reset from the court coordinator, Mr. Rojas. Mr. Rojas, is this your only case?
No, Judge, I have another clue.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, so, oh, that's a, oh, it's a plea. Have they signed up for Sylvia? We're on the record in cause number 323380. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Rudolph Osorio Jr. Is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Osorio?
Doing well, sir.
That's good. Mr. Osorio, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Osorio, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Osorio, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about April 29th of 2019, while you are operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Osorio, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Osorio, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Osorio, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Mr. Osorio, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Osorio, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that says check guilty.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
The initials are RO. Did you place your initials on this
Yes,
document?
sir, I did.
And on page 3 of the same document, Mr. Osorio, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir, it is, Your Honor.
And on the next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Osorio, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is this your signature above the line that says
Yes, sir, it
defendant?
is, Your Honor.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your
The
Honor.
second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I have another document here. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is this your signature on the second line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Osorio, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you've advised and counseled Mr. Osorio. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Osorio, your attorney, Mr. Rojas has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal
yes,
representation?
sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Osorio, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
It's for 180 days over 1 year, a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, DWI education class, and drug and alcohol assessment.
Mr. Osorio,
Yes, sir.
the state is offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year.
Yes, sir.
During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $407. Now, the total fine and court cost is $907. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to pay a Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea, and should an additional or further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Now, the total monthly installments, that is how much you'll be required to pay each month,
Yes, sir.
is $160. Would you be able to pay the $160 each month?
Be honest with you, no, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. Does he have a affidavit of indigency in the file? Just look to see. If not, I'll have to get one.
Because I'm raising my daughter on my own.
Okay. Yeah. He does. Okay. Now, Mr. Osorio, I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Osorio, are you employed?
Yes, sir.
And how many hours a week do you work?
I work 50 hours, 7 to 5:30. 5 days
Hold
a
on,
week.
put up.
50
How many hours a week do you work?
50 hours a week.
50? Okay. And how much you make per hour?
I make $15 an hour.
Okay. Now, are you married, single, divorced, separated, widowed?
I'm with.
Widowed? Okay. Do you receive any state benefits, Medicaid, SSI? Okay,
Not yet.
okay. You have any children? That's
Mommy and daddy.
under the age of 18?
Mommy and daddy to my.
Okay, you have one child? You say she's 6?
Yes.
Oh, so you have a daughter.
Another child that I'm paying child support for also. She's.
So you have 2 children?
Yes, under the age of 18, yes, so you're.
Right, okay, so okay. And that's a daughter, son, or
Yeah, both daughters.
a daughter?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
How old is that daughter?
2.
2 years old?
She's 2 years old, yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me do this here. Mr. Rojas, let me let him, since we're on YouTube, why don't y'all take a minute to fill this out? And just to get it so I can get his financial information. Okay, and we'll be in recess. We'll call him back up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Macy?
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. We're on a record in cause number 329190, State of Texas versus Stephen Earl Jones.
Which case, Judge, 190 or the 684?
Oh, actually, it's gonna be both of them. I just,
That's fine.
okay, we're on the record in cause number 328684, cause number 329190. Both cases are filed the State of Texas versus Stephen Earl Jones. Mr. Jones, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. John Macy. Mr. Macy, Mr. Jones, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Macy, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Jones' case or
Yes.
cases?
Your Honor, I would ask these cases be reset. First off, I just got some videos today that I haven't had an opportunity to review.
Okay,
However, and also I just understand that he's also charged with felony case.
yeah, he has a felony case that's set for July 22nd.
And so I'd ask that these cases be reset.
On the
to
same day?
Same day as
Okay.
this felony case.
Okay, we'll set both of these cases on July 22nd.
Excuse me, Judge. We
Yes.
can do that, but that's on a Thursday. I just want you to be aware. Is that okay?
Yes. So we're gonna reset it on July 22nd. Now, what's gonna happen is he needs to go to both courts on that day, and so he has to report here, go down there, take care of his business in the district court, because they have priority over us, and then once he finishes there, he comes back here. Okay?
I'm sorry, what? If you're like court. A court. You know, like you, because I was trying to talk to you, you know,
I'll talk to you outside here in a second, okay?
Okay. We'll get you reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, Mr. Jones, you'll be free to go. Just have a seat and you have a blessed day. And you can get your reset from our court coordinator.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and you have a blessed day as well.
Your Honor, I have one more case.
Oh, you have another case?
But he's got pending.
Okay,
felony
what, is he here?
charges. He's in jail, as to my understanding.
Oh, well, that, if he's in jail, the case is gonna be reset according to, yeah. That's John West. Wait up, that's John West.
When would you like me to reset it, Mr. Mason?
That's Darbone. He has a felony case set on June 28th. You want it set on that same date?
What day is that? Well, hold on just a second, Judge. June 28th is fine with me,
I
Judge.
think that's a
Monday.
is it Monday? Okay. Okay, yeah, you can get your recess from the court coordinator. Once you get your recess, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have any, we don't have no kids. No, please, ready.
Judge, on Mr. Patrizzi, that's a plea.
Yeah, she's working on it.
The DA hasn't signed it yet.
Yeah.
Come on.
On a record in cause number 326032-2. Mr. Bujo, you need some time on to talk to the prosecutor on Wester's case?
Judge, you had said her husband for one.
Yeah, have Morgan Wester, please come on up.
You said it's July the 1st.
Actually, he's set for July 7th.
7th, I'm sorry.
You want this case set on that same date?
That'd be
Is that
fine,
correct?
sir.
Okay. Mel, we're gonna reset Morgan Wester to July 7th.
Okay.
Okay. You can get your reset from our court coordinator. You'll be free to go. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Who else we have?
It's not ready.
No, I don't have the paperwork. Yeah. I don't have any paperwork on any of the pleas. It's not, she's doing the paperwork.
Can I
It just-
run down to Judge Stevens' court?
That's fine.
I'll be right back.
Bruce is handling the plea. Ryan Matuska, he's not here. That's right. Okay. I think that person is here. Mr. Monty, did anybody else show up on the trial docket? Anybody else?
You had Rosemore, Archibald, Landry, and Sattler, correct?
Right.
I haven't called it again.
Okay, they have to 10, okay. But I think Mr. Dole has Landry.
Mr. Frank's on there for that. Did Mr. Boudreaux leave?
That's his client right there. Kirkland, okay.
So we have to go over the ones you have again.
Oh, which on the trial docket?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have Rosemore,
Right,
Archibald,
correct,
Landry,
correct.
Sattler, and
Okay.
now Kirkland.
Chester Kelly is also here.
Kelly is here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, his lawyer's not here. You're right. Yes, hold on, I'm trying to find your case or not, so.
It's Jorge Gonzalez.
Is Mr. Gonzalez here?
He is, he's right outside the door.
Just have him come on in. We're on the record in cause number 325296. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jorge Bo Gonzalez. Is that your full name?
Jorge Gonzalez.
Jorge Gonzalez Bo. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Gonzalez Bo? That's good. You're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, you have an announcement you'd like to make
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like to place it on the trial docket.
on the trial docket? Just hold on for your setting.
October the 11th.
It'll be October the 11th. Mr. Galmore, you can get your reset from the court coordinator. Mr. Bo, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And you have another case?
I was gonna announce for,
Jared Gilthorpe?
no, he'll be here.
Okay.
For Tom, Kelly, he had to leave a minute ago.
Okay, just have a seat. We're on the record in cause number 326300. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Tyler Wayne Parker.
What's the cause number, Judge?
326300.
Is he standing in for Mr. Kelly?
Yes. Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
is he on the? No, he's not on Zoom.
He was here, but I'll tell you what, Judge, I will take care of a few things and I'll come back and check on it.
Okay. Okay, we'll come back to it. Okay, you say he's got somebody who's ready. Mhm. Oh, okay. Yeah, we was calling you next. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay,